Okay, so welcome to the first edition of New Moon Bridge. um, yeah, this is a time, I've really been feeling as there's so much uncertainty and chaos and unraveling happening in the world. Um, I have just found in my life that attuning to the cycles of the moon and the cycles of the seasons and the earth it's such a helpful grounding practice. Like I was feeling that this morning, just feeling a little bit of kind of excitement and also nervousness of okay, I'm bringing a new thing in. And then I had this regardless of what I do, it's still a new moon today. That is what's happening. Regardless of what I do or don't do. And there's something really comforting and grounding in that. And in some years ago when I was separating, when the structure of my life was changing, for my kids and we did like a year of tuning into the moon cycles, and we had a practice every new moon and every full moon, and it was so helpful for us. So I was just feeling like it's time for me to do that again. And it feels really fun to get to share that with community. And of course, the thing that I feel I most have to offer the world is songs and music. So that's mostly what I'm going to be sharing today. And some of these are kind of a little more complex songs with a lot of words, and some of them are simpler songs that I, invite you to learn and take with you and sing. And a lot of these are kind of newer songs that I haven't shared so much, so it feels fun to be able to bring them. So my plan is to offer this every month, every new moon, this Gregorian calendar year. So here we are in January, and January is named after the Roman god Janus, who is the god of doors and passageways, and is represented as a face looking backwards and looking forwards. So this is that time of the in-between, the time to look back, where have we been, and then look forwards, where are we going, and also feeling this in-between time. And that's kind of, every moment in time that we get to mark time, that's what it's for. It's for that was then, and that will be that other time, and right here I am here now in this present moment in between, and just to take a pause and take a breath. And so that's what I'm hoping this time can be for all of us, is just this pause and this breath. So I invite you to just make yourself comfortable. If there's anything that kind of helps you feel more present, I have my little abalone shell with some stones and a candle to kind of help me ground and remember that connection to nature and the elements. And if you don't have anything, that's also totally fine. But to begin, I want to just kind of invite you into your body. So finding the way that you can be most comfortable here and now. So maybe there's a shawl or a blanket you want to wrap around yourself. And just finding your place on the cushion or chair or bed or wherever you are right now. And if it feels supportive, if it feels good, maybe closing your eyes, taking a soft gaze. And letting your body be heavy, letting your awareness come down to meet the earth, finding that pull of gravity, which I love to feel is like the Mother Earth kind of hugging us close. And just letting yourself drop into that. Seeing what perhaps you can set down that you don't have to be carrying or holding in this moment. Finding the place where your feet connect with the earth and your sits bones. Just letting the energy come downwards to the earth. And feeling this sense of calm and this letting go into the darkness, the dark moon, as this pause. And of course, the darkness of the moon is just from our vantage point on Earth. And yet we are Earth beings. And so I think in our, we were born to be aligned with these cycles. And so there's this remembering that comes when we can feel this attunement. Our bodies are meant to rest at times. It's not always go, go, go. It's not always big full moon energy, this dark moon, the pause, the rest, the quiet, the dark. This is important too. And just feeling into this moon cycle, in the greater cycle of the whole year, of the seasons. We are still in winter. So feeling this quiet, this contemplative in between. I'm going to share a Rumi poem translated by Coleman Barks. It's called Bird Wings. Your grief for what you've lost lifts a mirror up to where you are bravely working. Your grief for what you've lost lifts a mirror up to where you are bravely working. Expecting the worst, you look, and instead, here's the joyful face you've been wanting to see. Your hand opens and closes and opens and closes, as if it were always a fist or always stretched open, you would be paralyzed. Your hand opens and closes, opens and closes. If it were always a fist or always stretched open, you would be paralyzed. Your deepest presence is in every small contracting and expanding, the two as beautifully balanced and coordinated as bird wings. Your grief for what you've lost lifts a mirror up to where you are bravely working. Expecting the worst, you look, and instead, here's the joyful face you've been wanting to see. Your hand opens and closes, opens and closes. If it were always a fist or always stretched open, you would be paralyzed. Your deepest presence is in every small contracting and expanding, the two as beautifully balanced and coordinated as bird wings. Gather round, community, in the cradle of belonging, weaving hearts, weaving minds, voice and spirits intertwined. May the seeds we plant here grow. May we learn to harvest, reap, and sow. May we remember and spirits intertwined. May the seeds we plant here grow. May we learn to harvest, reap, and sow. May we remember all we need to know. One more time, sing with me if you like. Gather round community in the cradle of belonging, weaving hearts, weaving minds, voice and spirits intertwined. May the seeds we plant here grow. May we learn to harvest, reap, and sow. May we remember all we need to know. All we need to know. All we need to know. So welcome into this song journey. And I gathered all the lyrics. I'm gonna see if how many things I can do here. So, where is I want to share these with you in the chat here. Okay. So that song, Cradle of Belonging, is off my album Bridge. And I love it to kind of call in the space, that remembering all that we need to know. That remembering all that we need to know, I feel like is so much of what I'm interested in. What is it that we've forgotten as a people, as humans? I think there have been a lot of things forgotten, and there's a lot of things being remembered too. So, and I'll just say with the songs, and the poem, I'll send things out as a follow-up afterwards too. So don't worry if you don't catch it all here. So this next song is brand new. I think it's maybe a week old, and it came through. There's a beautiful organization called Science and Non-Duality, and they do a lot of incredible work in the world, gathering thinkers together, and they make documentaries, and they're currently working on a 12-part series of basically stories about Indigenous people around the world, and sort of the things that have been lost and forgotten, and the things that are being remembered and kind of brought back to life. And the first in this series is called The Eternal Song, and it's kind of a journey around the world. And I was I forget when, I think this maybe came out a year ago or so, and I finally got to see it recently, and I'd had people saying, oh, you got to see this. And I was so deeply moved by it. And after watching it, this song came through. So this is what came from that, and it's called The Healing. And I'm really excited to sing it. It can be a layer song, which of course I haven't put it together with people yet, but it's gonna happen, and I'm very excited about it. But so you get to be some of the first people to hear it and feel it here. I'm working on the healing. May I be a part of the healing. I'm working on the healing. singing it with me. I'm working on the healing. May I be a part of the healing. 'Cause there is so much broken. There is so much forgotten. There is so much broken. There is so much forgotten. I'm working on the healing. May I be a part of the healing. I'm working on the healing. May I be a part of the healing. So that's all those parts, right? The broken and forgotten, and the growing and remembering. And yeah, if you've spent much time with me at all, you'll know that I've been very influenced by the work of Joanna Macy, very inspired by her kind of framework for how to hold this time that we're in and what's happening right now. So just that idea of all these things kind of crumbling and collapsing, and then there's this beautiful new world that's being born at the same time, and here we are in the middle of it. It's the bird wings, right? It's the Janus, the doors, the in between, looking back, looking forward. Here we are in the middle of it all. So it's kind of trying to pull in some of those themes with these songs. And I'm assuming you all can hear me okay. Okay, just like wave or something if I'm not. So this next one I really haven't shared very much either. It kind of came through. There's a spiritual center that I have been kind of offering the music at for many years. And so sometimes there'll be kind of a topic of the talk, and I'll be like, oh, I don't have a song for that, but that's a really cool idea. And so some song I've had a lot of fun songs come through inspired by that. So this song is one of those, and it's called The Enemy is Your Friend. And it's that idea of, so often I think, this is also another piece of Joanna Macy's work. She really encouraged people to like turn towards the grief, turn towards the pain. And how do we find resource to be able to do that? Of course we have to be resourced, but we also, the turning towards is such an important, it's how we grow. If you just kind of are like, I can't, and you run away, we don't get anywhere. So, this song is kind of about that. Turn towards the darkness. Hold on. I just realized I want to, just in case you guys are in a mood for singing, I want to put these lyrics in here. Okay. The enemy is your friend. Here we go. Turn towards the darkness. Go into the cave. Turn towards the fire. Go into the flame. Fear, show me what's ready for healing. The pain holds the medicine. What we find in the end is the enemy is our friend. So turn towards the darkness. Go into the cave. Turn towards the fire. Go into the flame. Anger, show me what's ready for healing. The pain holds the medicine. What we find turn towards the darkness. Go into the cave. Turn towards the fire. Go into the flame. Grief, show me what's ready for healing. The pain holds the medicine. What we find in the end is the enemy is our friend. The enemy is our friend. The enemy is our friend. Yeah, it's kind of a big statement. The enemy is our friend. It's a lot to take in. And yeah, so much of the confusion right now, I think, well, maybe always in being human, what is safe, what to bring in, and what to keep out. And yeah, I think in these last years, I've just, maybe, I suppose, like many people, I think, as the world, when we went into the pandemic, like I feel like we went into something and we're still just in it. I mean, maybe it was happening before then. But this journey, and anyways, kind of in recent years, I guess I'm in my 4th year now of leading a community choir called Bridge Choir, and we meet on a covered bridge. And I didn't even really realize this at the time. It started during COVID, and it kind of, because we needed to sing and get together, but we needed to be outside, and so this was a place we could be covered from the elements, but still kind of have that airflow. And yeah, it was partly in response as well to, because also during that year of the pandemic, where I was living at the time in the Santa Cruz Mountains, we had a big wildfire came through, and I didn't lose my home, but I had many friends who did. And so it was kind of a offering for my local community as well, of like, okay, how do we build resilience? What do I know how to do? I don't know. I know how to sing. So let's get together and sing. And singing is such a profound tool for bridging, for connecting, and for kind of building that inner resilience within ourselves and between each other. So anyway, so we started singing on this bridge, and then after a while, I had a friend who, she was like, oh yeah, we're doing bridge work here. And I realized it's this bigger thing of so much of, because in our world there is that brokenness, and and how do we piece things back together? How do we find the places of connection? Because I think it's so easy to see all the separation, to see all the enemies, and how can we find the paths of friendship, both in communities and then within ourselves too. If you do any inner work, we can find these parts of ourselves that we've exiled, and we're like, I don't like you, but actually, actually you're a part of me, and actually I will feel more whole when I figure out how to love you also. Way easier said than done, but good work to do. Let's see, so keep an eye on my time. Yeah. we got time. This is, part of why I wanted to do this as well was just to make sure that I would sit down and give an offering of songs every month. So here we are. No going back. This is, actually, I guess this is the title track off of my album that came out about a year ago. Is that what it's called? It's called No Going Back, right? I'm forgetting. Yeah, no going back. This is about many things. I'm going to just let it be about. I could tell stories about it, but I think I'm just going to sing it and let it speak for you, what it brings up for you. We cannot unbreak what has been broken, cannot unspeak what has been spoken, cannot unsee what's been revealed, cannot unknow this other field, cannot unopen what's been found, cannot unhear this other sound, cannot unread what has been read, cannot unweave what's in the web. We cannot unbreak what has been broken, cannot unspeak what has been spoken, cannot unsee what's been revealed, cannot unknow this other field, cannot unopen what's been found, cannot unhear this other sound, cannot unread what has been read, cannot unweave what's in the web. How does an enlightened one return to the ordinary world? How does an enlightened one return to the ordinary world? We cannot unbreak what has been broken, cannot unspeak what has been spoken, cannot unsee what's been revealed, cannot unknow this other field, cannot unopen what's been found, cannot unhear this other sound, cannot unread what has been read, cannot unweave what's in the web. How does an enlightened one return to the ordinary world? How does an enlightened one return to the ordinary world? The broken mirror never reflects the same. The fallen flower never returns to the tree. We cannot unbreak what has been broken, cannot unspeak what has been spoken, cannot unsee what's been revealed, cannot unknow this other field, cannot unopen what's been found, cannot unhear this other sound, cannot unread what has been read, cannot unweave what's in the web, cannot unbreak what has been broken, cannot unspeak what has been spoken, cannot unsee what's been revealed, cannot unknow this other field, cannot unopen what's been found, cannot unhear this other sound, cannot unread what has been read. I forgot to say with that song, so it comes from a Zen koan, which is, how does an enlightened one return to the ordinary world? And the answer is, the broken mirror never reflects the same. The fallen flower never returns to the tree. In other words, there is no going back. And yeah, that can be a hard thing to, I kind of have to keep singing that song to get it, because there's those little tendrils of ourselves that keep wanting to go into the past and like, oh, but maybe, but what if, but it's like, no, you can't go back. We're just, here we are. Yeah. So, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to switch up my set list for a moment. I think on that line, here we are, and the what if. So we always ask the what ifs. We ask the what ifs, oh, what if I'd done this thing differently? And then in the future, we do that about the past. And then in the future, we're like, ooh, what if? And we think of all the terrible things. So this song is a what if. It's what if. But it's trying to imagine, what if the more beautiful things? Oh, and let me grab the lyrics, just in case you feel like singing. Okay. This one, there's kind of a lot of words, but you might, when in doubt, you can just sing what if. I love Mary says we can send healing streams of grace to the past. Yes. Absolutely. We are here, and there are also these connections to the past and present. I mean, and future and present. The past and the future. Okay, what if? What if this is right? What if this is how it's meant to be? What if there's something wanting all of us to receive? What if it's getting better? What if this is the best kind of heart we could have chosen, given all life's complications? What if it's all speculation? What if we use our imagination to see the more beautiful? It might be more beautiful than we have yet to imagine. What if this is right? What if this is how it's meant to be? What if there is something wanting all of us to receive? What if it's getting better? What if this is the best kind of heart we could have chosen, speculation. What if, what if, what if we use our imagination to see the more beautiful, the more beautiful, it might be more beautiful. Yeah, thank you. I don't know, that song it's very optimistic. It's not, and it's, I have to say, it's not often the kind of like headspace or head and heart space that I'm in, but I'm so grateful that it came through, because I think there is so much truth in that. And, you know, for me, I think for many of us, the songs, they are these reminders of these these things are like, oh yeah, wait, I want to hold on to that. I want to remember that part. So I am grateful to get to remember that. And that little phrase, maybe it's all going to be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. That's on a sign near a place that I like to go to breakfast. It's like, I think it's someone's house. And I just love that sign. I'm like, oh, thank you. That's a good reminder. It's all going to be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Very good. You know, I recently also have a filmmaker friend, you know, who's really, of course, people who make films are very interested in telling stories. And he offered this idea once that it really, you know, whether something is like, has a happy ending or if it's a tragedy, it just depends on when you stop telling the story. Because if it's something, it's like, okay, it's all great. You keep telling the story and then, oh, something else hard and terrible is going to happen. And the hard, terrible things, if you keep telling the story, eventually it's going to be okay again. And that's just like whoosh, the flows of life, like the cycles of the moon. So sometimes we have to remember that change, because when we're in something, it can just feel like forever. So the song is called This Is Temporary, and it's also from my album Bridge. And it's also a layer song. It's got 3 parts. Oh, here, let me put the lyrics in here. Oh, and I still sing this song a lot to help me remember. Wherever we are, whatever's happening, this is temporary. This is temporary, nothing lasts forever. This is temporary, nothing lasts forever. Breathing, I am breathing in
So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna share a couple more, two more very short songs. It feels so good just to be, sitting here with you all, and just getting to honor this sense of pause and presence and pause. Thank you. Okay, this one is another new one, just within the last month, maybe a little more. It's called Courage. And it was one that came to me, on my voice notes on my phone. I'm always collecting what I call song seeds, which are just like these little phrases, a little bit of a melody and a few words, and I'll sing it in there. And sometimes I'll go back to it and kind of work it into a whole song. And sometimes I won't. I just have lots of them sitting there waiting to be worked on at some point. But so this one came through that way, and then it just came back around. It kept kind of like, it came back into my head. It's this feeling almost like it's knocking on the back door, like, hello, I want to come in. So I sat with it, and I realized it's a complete song just as it is. Oh, the courage to love again, after all. And love, we can put different words in there. Live, trust, hope, try, etc. So we're going to start with love, and then I'll toss out some other words for us. And it is amazing, it's kind of that, it's the renewal cycle, and the moon does that, goes into the dark, and then it comes back every time. And the sun does that too. I feel that in the morning sometimes. I'm like, the sun is rising again. Like, it just keeps rising. It's so amazing. And can we find that? Can we find that in ourselves? And I think when we allow ourselves to go into that darkness, to have the pause and the rest, that is what really enables us to rise up into the light and the strength again, and carry on with the journey. So, oh, the courage to love again, to love again, after all, oh, the courage to love again, to love again, after all, oh, the courage to love
After all, after all, oh, the courage. So just as a little closing for this portion of our time here, I invite you again to maybe close your eyes or take a soft gaze, and again just feel into your body, feeling your sense of presence, that feeling this place of in between. And we're right now at the exact time of the new moon. So just a little bit of that letting go, that surrendering into the pause and the in-between and the presence that is available in this place. Such a gift to be able to offer these songs. Thank you for receiving. And I'm gonna end the recording, and then we're gonna open up to just for the folks who are here right now, if there's anyone who wants to share things. So I'm going to, let's see.